What are the risks and benefits of having sponsors? So it sounds like what are the disadvantage and disadvantage of having a sponsor? You know guys, I'm very excited to do this vlog because I know this coming peak season ang dami pong mag-apply ng visa and nagpaplanong mag-travel abroad to spend their holidays. So kaya naman guys, how can we avoid that our visa application will be denied or pagdating sa immigration, ma-offload tayo because of sponsorship. So, nangyayari talaga yan guys that sometimes even though we feel safe kasi meron tayong sponsor but then it will not happen po. So, if you will be traveling soon with a sponsor, guys, keep watching this video kasi ang dami nyo pong information na matututunan. And let's proceed. So I will going to talk first about the risk or the disadvantage, and the first one is it might be interpreted as if the traveler does not enough resources or funds. So once po na meron tayong affidavit of support or sponsorship letter na binigay sa immigration or pinasa sa embassy, they are automatically iniisip nila agad that maybe this applicant or this traveler is unemployed, walang trabaho, or maybe doesn't have savings or any business or any property though you have. So we need to be careful guys. If you think naman that you are qualified na walang sponsor, you have employment, you have savings, property, business, then you don't need to have sponsor. Kasi nagiging useless yung own capability mo just because you have a sponsorship letter. The next one guys, it might be interpreted as if the person has plans to stay. And sa mga hindi po nakakalam, ito po ay commonly reason of visa refusal. Kapag inisip na agad ng embassy that maybe you will be staying for a long time abroad or hindi ka na babalik ng Pilipinas, sometimes si immigration din nag-iisip na mag-a-apply ka ng trabaho sa ibang bansa, magpapakasal ka, ganyan guys. And bakit sila nag-iisip ng ganon? Nagkukonclude sila ng ganon mga idea ay hindi na to babalik even though hindi naman. Because, syempre kapag may sponsor, they are providing all for you. Your accommodation, your foods, transportation, everything guys is for free. So, syempre ikaw, nare-relax ka, nagkakaroon ka ng comfort, and masasabi mo na rin lang sa sarili mo, I want to stay here na lang, hindi na ako babalik sa Pilipinas because the life is more relaxing, comfortable for you. Hindi gaya ng buhay mo sa Pinas that you need to work hard. Syempre, yung ating mga officer, advanced din yan guys, mag-isip. Lalo na kapag ikaw as applicant, you don't have work, you don't have anything or any proof of rootness sa Pilipinas na babalik ka. Next one is the officer might interrogate you. They may ask why she is not visiting you instead. For this guys, mostly para to sa mga Filipina na may mga foreigner partner. For example, you don't yet met in person and then see a fam and invite ka as girlfriend or inisponsoran ka as girlfriend to visit him abroad. So pagdating po sa immigration, sasabihin sa'yo, bakit ikaw ang pupunta sa ibang bansa? Bakit hindi muna siya ang pumunta ng Pilipinas at mag-meet kayo personally. For the embassy guys, for visa application, this is not a big problem since naman may mga documentation kayong ginagawa to convince or to prove sa consul that you are having relationship, that your relationship is genuine and both of you are committed. So, di ba, may mga pinapasa tayong mga pictures. This is your case, for example, during the visa interview or the immigration interview, you need to think for a valid reason kung bakit ikaw po muna ang magta-travel abroad to meet him personally. So officers may not check your financial capability but about how wealthy your sponsor is and how your sponsor would help you in so many ways. So sometimes guys, nagpapasa tayo ng ganto kakapal na mga documents, 'di ba? We have show money, yung iba nagtatayo pa ng sari-sari store para lang po may maipasa sa embassy that they are having source of income or any proof of rootness. But once po that we have sponsor, ayan, nababaliwala po yung mga documents na yon, nagiging useless po kasi the officer or the embassy, they will be just focusing sa documents or sa financial capability ng inyong sponsor. So, they will check your sponsor bank statement, employment, payslip, if they are capable to invite you to come and visit him or her abroad. Dito naman po sa how your sponsor would help you in so many ways, tinitingnan nila or chine-check what kind of help yung ino-offer ng iyong sponsor. Accommodation ba, food ba, flight ticket, including your travel health insurance, and if your sponsor can really afford it to give to you. Kasi guys, may mga sponsor na mas mayaman pa yung applicant. Yes guys, nangyayari yan that the applicant have business, savings, properties, business, but si sponsor is not so wealthy enough. So, pwede mo yun guys, denied ng visa mo. Kasi sabi ko nga, kung may capability ka naman, then you don't need sponsor. Wag natin guys ipilit. So, bago po tayo magpa-sponsor, timbangin po natin. Baka mas mayaman ka pa kaysa sa sponsor mo. So, magpapa-sponsor lang po tayo once talagang walang-wala po kayo. You don't have anything. Even though 10,000 pesos in your bank account, you don't have. Next one is missing or incomplete documents of your sponsor can lead to visa denial or offloading. Yes, guys. So, ang pagkakaroon ng sponsor, guys, this is also a big responsibility. Hindi lang po natin yan pwedeng sabihin that my partner is sponsoring or the one who are responsible for my travel expenses. Syempre, you need to pass or you need to attach to your affidavit of support or sponsorship letter supporting documents from your sponsor, like your sponsor bank certificate, payslip, employment certificate, business-related documents, properties-related documents like land title, house title, like that po. Just a piece of affidavit of support without any evidence kung talagang may capability ba yung sponsor mo na sponsoran ka, pwede pong ma-denied yung visa application mo kasi paano talaga ma-prove or ano yung ebidensya mo na ipapakita sa embassy na wala kang any attachment. Sinabi mo lang na capable yung sponsor mo, but the embassy, how can they know it? So, missing documents of your sponsor can lead to visa denial or offloading. Sa immigration din guys, may mga na-offload kasi ang pinapakita lang is affidavit of support na naka-notary ng ating public lawyer or private lawyer sa Pilipinas. But si sponsor din, wala din maipakitang bank account, wala din maipakitang employment certificate or any payslip. And offloaded po sila pareho. Si sponsor and yung i-sponsoran. And the next one is, officer might misunderstand the real purpose of your travel abroad. Yes guys, and mostly this is also one reason of visa refusal. Nagkakaroon ng confusion, ano ba talaga ang purpose mo abroad? Lalo na if sa documents na pinasa mo and during your interview, mga magkakaiba po yung mga sagot mo and mostly hindi mo nasasagot ng maayos, nagkakaroon ka ng mga like that. So, iniisip ng ng immigration or ng embassy, you are not well prepared. So, hindi mo alam ang gagawin mo sa ibang bansa. In other case naman, guys, the term friend. Ayan. I would like to sponsor my friend. From the word friend, so iniisip ng ating officer, friend lang, but the sponsor is willing to spend a lot of money for this man or for this woman just to come abroad. Something is not stated. Pag ganun po, iniisip ng ating officer that you are hidden relationship na hindi nyo dinideclared just because of personal reason. So, nadidenied po yung inyong visa kapag ganun. Sometimes yung iba, ini-sponsoran, kaibigan, pag nasa ibang bansa na, nirereto na kung kanino-kanino, and meron na pala guys, trabaho na nag-aabang, mag-mention kayo ng any activities that you would like to do with your sponsor. And here are something that you can do to improve yourself not getting offloaded or your visa will be refused. So, show evidence of strong ties to your home country. The officer wants to be sure that you have reason to return home after your trip. So, you can show this by providing documents such as property titles, proof of employment or business ownership, family ties, and social and community ties in your home country. And the next one, guys, present a clear travel itinerary and purpose of your visit. So you will need to demonstrate that your purpose for visiting the country is legitimate and not that you have a clear plan for your visit. So this include providing a detailed itinerary of your travel plan, including flights, accommodation, and activities. And the next one, provide evidence of your financial capability. This can include providing bank statements, proof of income, or letter of financial support from a family or friend. So even though we are sponsor, guys, still it is mandatory for us to provide evidence of financial capability like your bank certificate or ayan, sa mga nabanggit ko po dito guys, this will be your proof of rootness also to prove that you will be back in the Philippines, and for that, you will not think of staying abroad. And the next one, guys, demonstrate strong social and economic ties. So you need to provide evidence of your social and economic connections to your home country, such as your involvement in community organization, your plans to return to your school or work, or other commitments that require your presence in your home country. So, anything guys. So, kung volunteer ka sa barangay nyo about like health worker, kung volunteer ka sa Red Cross, then you can ask for a certificate and pwede mo yan guys magamit for your visa application as your proof of rootness. And the next one is your relationship with the sponsor matters a lot. You should be able to show the embassy why the sponsor is willing to commit to shoulder your trip or be responsible for you. Syempre, kung walang something special between you and your sponsor, bakit willing gumastos na ganong kalaking pera si sponsor? Ayan, Schengen countries for example, ask for photos, conversation records, phone bills, etc. and other evidence. So, kailangan guys, meron kayong proof of relationship na documentation. So, it's a mix of all pictures, conversation, screenshot. Also, they need to understand your relationship. Guys, this is not just a picture na ipiprint nyo lang and then ipapasa nyo. Syempre, you need to write something like this picture was taken the first time we met, where, Philippines, and when. So lagyan nyo guys ng short stories, bakit anong meron sa photos na yun, what's something special sa photos na yun, what are the advantages of having sponsor. Sponsorship helps non-eligible applicants to travel abroad. So ito yung maganda guys kasi even though you are not
employed, you don't have enough savings, still parang binibigyan ka ng chance to prove yourself na pwede ka pa rin makapag-travel abroad by the help of your sponsor. So without sponsor, guys, unemployed ka, no properties, no business, no savings, it is not possible for you. The next one is the applicant may demonstrate security to the government as their sponsor takes responsibility for their stay abroad. So medyo nakakahinga ang immigration or embassy na wala kang gagawin. Kasi once you commit illegal activities sa bansa na pupuntahan mo, they will sue or ang hahanapin po nila is your sponsor. So, sa may mga sponsor po, mag-ingat kayo guys na hindi kayo makagawa ng something illegal kasi yung mga sponsor nyo, may mga pinirmahan po yan sa embassy para magkaroon ng affidavit of support and recorded po yan. And the next one is, the wealthier your sponsor is, the higher your chance of getting your visa approved. And the next one is, applicant do not need to show bulk of money. Like you need to show 1,500,000. No guys, kapag may sponsor tayo, medyo nalilisen yung money that we need to show to the embassy. But it doesn't mean guys na exempted tayo sa pagpapasa ng bank certificate. Still, we need to, even though we have a sponsor, but listen na po or deducted na yung amount na kailangan nating i-provide. I hope guys, in today's vlog, ang dami nyong natutunan. And don't worry po kasi I am not perfect and still the one who will decide if your application is denied or not, if you will be offloaded or not, nasa kamay pa rin po ng embassy and ng immigration. So, wala po sa akin guys yung decision na yun. This video is just a guide for you para alam nyo guys kung saan kayo magfo-focus. Alam nyo kung ano yung weakness ninyo na kailangan nyong pagtuunan ng pansin para mas higher yung chance ninyo magkaroon ng visa or para hindi kayo ma-offload. If you like this video guys, like nyo and please share. Aware din po yung mga kakilala nyo na mag-apply ng visa. Subscribe po kayo guys para ma-notify kayo if I have new videos about immigration, documentation, visa application, and more. And if you need further assistance when it comes to your visa application, kindly email me in this email address or follow my Facebook page. Guys, I have 13,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate guys. And sa mga positive comments na ang galing ko daw mag-explain, well detailed. Guys, I appreciate so much. Thank you for watching and see you in my next vlog.